Hello everyone and welcome back to James Talk Sport. Coming up, I take a look back over stage 15, 16 and 17 of the 2021 Tour de France. Stage 16, 169k from Pas de la Casa to Saint Giron, and then stage 17 on Bastille Day from Muret to Col du Portet. Stage 15 had breakaway written all over it. It was just a case of when the breakaway would go. We had some early moves from Asgreen, Kwiatkowski, and Cantaneo. They were brought back. And then before the intermediate sprint point, just before the Cat 1 climb, the breakaway went. It contained Patrick Conrad, Sonny Colbrelli, and Michael Matthews, as well as an outsider, Alex Aramburu, and David Gaudu as well. Um, no real threats on GC, so they let them get 15 minutes or so on the group. Conrad attacked early on the Porte Aspet, descended down up the Cat 1 climb and Cat 4 climb at the end, and took the win. David Gaudu tried his best to drop everyone in the group behind, but couldn't drop Colbrelli and Matthews. Colbrelli second, Matthews in third. Not much action really. It just changed. Michael Matthews as he closed to within 37 points to Mark Cavendish in the green jersey. It's not a big aim for Cav, but obviously now he'd want to win it. So it'd be interesting to see how Matthews and how Cavendish play that battle for green going forward towards Paris. GC group, nothing really happened. Wout van Aert tried to rip it up and cause some problems, but other than that, not really much happened in that group. More importantly, Cavendish made it inside the time cut. Stage 17 saw the riders go from Moret to the Col du Portet. This stage mimicked the 65-kilometer stage from 2018, just with another 113k beforehand. The stage takes in the Perrosor, the Val Laurent Asset, and the Col du Portet. It's the stage where they had the gimmick start, and then Thomas finally took the full sole leadership of Chris Froome on the slopes of the Col du Portet. The racing itself, an early breakaway, went away. Julien Bernard tried to get across, but sadly he was like Bradley Wiggins described it as a slowly dying pigeon on Leicester Square, and I think that was quite apt. Way with words, Brad does. Anthony Perez was clearly the strongest climber in that group, and he would go solo over the Val Laurent Asset and start the Portet on his own. In the GC group, we had Quintana and Pauls go ahead and try and form a little breakaway move. They didn't get very far because UAE took control for Pogacar clearly after the stage, and all came back together with about 10k or so of the Portet before 8.9k to go. Tadej Pogacar decided to make a move of his own. Vindegaard straight on the wheel, he followed. Uran was a little bit slower and beginning to show signs of weakness. Carapaz was at the back of the group, so he was out of position. And Castro Viejo did a fantastic job in bringing him to the front of the group to get onto Vindegaard's wheel. He was pulling faces the rest of the climb. Clearly in the end he was bluffing, and he did a great job of it. Vindegaard and Pogacar seemed very happy to do the work, despite Carapaz clearly bluffing. Pogacar tried a few times to drop Carapaz, but then it became perfectly clear that he was bluffing. So they continued to work. Carapaz continued to sit on the back. Gaudu was in the gap between Uran and the front group. Uran at this point was over a minute down, with just over a K to go. So just before the tunnel, um, Carapaz proved the world that he was not suffering. He attacked, put in a brilliant move, dropped Vindigo, had Pogacar on the ropes, but he went too early. Vindigo caught back up, and Pogacar sprinted to win the stage. I think had Carapaz saved that move for the final sort of 400-500 meters, he'd have won the stage. I don't think Pogacar would have been able to get round him. And he'd have also put in a bit of time into Vindigo, but not enough to affect the the final TT. He did move on to the podium, however, so that for him could be considered job done. Although the stage win would have been nice as well. In terms of other jerseys, Pogacar isn't far behind on the polka dot jersey. If he feels greedy tomorrow, he'll go for the stage win up to Luzardi then, and he'll win the polka dot jersey. Otherwise, Pauls, Quintana, Woods, and Van Aert are going to have to battle it out. Well, not Van Aert because he will be working for Vindigo now. For Ineos, I think tomorrow again will be all about the stage. But they'll also probably want to pad out a little bit more time between Carapaz and Uran. It's over a minute and a half at the moment, but I think he'd want a little bit more time just to be sure of that podium place. But mainly he will want the stage win. I think he doesn't have the team to be able to do it. I think clearly Thomas is up and down with injury. He did dislocate his shoulder. Paul, the same. Castro is clearly showing great form following the Giro. Teo's been seemingly more concerned about stopping for fans on the side of the road. He's been pretty anonymous throughout the whole race. Who Vumbala, I think, has come down a couple of times. And Kwiato clearly was suffering yesterday. It could have been that he was saved. I'm not very good today. I'll save my energy for the day after. So I think tomorrow we'll see. I think it will be a GC day, and I do think Carapaz will take a win. I don't see him gaining any time on Pogacar, but I see him putting 20 to 30 seconds into Vindigo. But again, that will be overtaken in the time trial. So there we have it. 3 days to go. Cav has made it over the Pyrenees so far, so one more day in the mountains. If he gets over that, he can fight for green, he can fight for the record. He's got 2 more chances to get the record and to seal the green jersey. The final TT on the Saturday will be between Bissiger, if he's recovered from his crashes, Stefan Kung, although I think he's out of the race, and Pogacar. So there we have it. We're almost there. The winner, as we've known since the time trial, will be Pogacar, barring crashes, failed tests, or positive, whatever. And we will see what it brings. Enjoy, and I will see you. I think I will do it on Monday as a sort of nice way to end the tour.